Hello, I'm sitting outside at nighttime, listening to the crickets and the frogs. I'm still grieving Jerry's death pretty hard. I'm trying to keep it together for my sake and for his mother's sake and also for Dakota's sake. But I noticed something that Jerry left behind, and I'll show you what it is. It's a pile of rocks. And that pile of rocks may not mean nothing to anyone, but I'll tell you a story about that pile of rocks. Well, no matter where Jerry was at in his life, or whatever state he was at, even if he stayed in that state for 1 week or 1 day, anytime he would go outside and say his prayers and talk to God, and he would talk to God and say his prayers very quietly. He would not let anyone hear his prayer, nor would he let anyone hear what he was saying to God. He would always pick up a rock and leave it wherever he was at. Ooh, there was a gunshot. Oh my goodness. I think someone needs to be praying to God right now. That was a little scary. I don't know why there was a gunshot for. I have no idea why. And no, I don't live in the ghetto. Well, anyway, sorry about that. Where was I? Well, anywhere Jerry was at in the United States, when he would go outside and say his prayers and talk to God very quietly, only God and the angels themselves knew what he was praying about and talking to God about. And Jerry was very intense when he was talking to God. Very intense. You could just see it in his face. And he didn't want to be disturbed. And he wanted to be left alone during that time period. And those pile of rocks are going to be hard for me to clean up. Jerry was a very mysterious man, but a wonderful man also. I just thought I would tell you that. I just thought I would tell the whole world about his wonderful pile of rocks. If you see a pile of rocks anywhere out there in the world that Jerry has been, whether it be Canada, Mexico, or any of the consecutive United States out there, or if you see a unique rock laid somewhere in an odd place in Paris, France, that was probably him. Or if you see about 7 rocks in Amsterdam, that's how long Jerry was in Amsterdam, I believe, in an odd location, that was probably him talking to God. Jerry was a very unique man, very unique. And I just thought I would share you the story of his rock collections. Even if the rocks don't mean anything to anybody else. Even if they're not the most prettiest rocks.